Good morning, everyone. Let's freaking get it, bro. We are fixing to close out Friday strong. Um, yeah. So basically, what happened right here was the market showed me willingness to go up higher, and this was our first presented gap right here. This was our first presented gap, and so I'm buying this gap. My stop loss is a little bit funky right now. I'm trying to get some room for slippage. And then today just looks kind of weird, and I want to show you guys why. I know I always say it looks weird, whatever. But we have rated buy stops. And so we have came down, and our really big target for sell style would be around there. I think price is going to go up a little bit higher. It showed me willingness right at the open, and if not, then we will reassess. But one thing that's been killing me, I'm going to create another video today. Literally just about me having a perfect entry and just me not holding my trade. That's absolutely burned me this week. And external discipline has absolutely wrecked this week. Yeah, that's kind of what's going on. All right, looks like we might get stopped out here, bro.
Order filled.
Cool. I think I want to re-enter. That was not one of my best entries.
Order filled.
That definitely was not one of my best entries. But we have had a that sucks, dude. That really sucks. That's why you have to wait for candle closures. Wow.
Order filled.
That right there is why you have to wait for. Oh. That was so bad. That was so bad, Drew. So I'm at 2 losses for the day already. I'm gonna wait around until 11. And I just need to be patient.
Order filled.
No matter what, this is my last trade and I'm hopping off. But I'm still thinking I have the narrative right, man. I believe in this trade. We just swept sell side. Market showing us willingness. This right here, this whole move. I'm sorry, I'm on my other monitor. This whole move right here was to scare traders. I think that we're just going to have a quick move up Friday. And I will be taking a partial right there as well.
Order filled.
What are you doing, bro? Bro, I just clicked the wrong button. Wow. Alright. I'm going to hold this until my intended target. And I'm going to go break even right there. That freaking sucks that I just clicked the wrong button, bro. Oh my god. I was trying to put a sell stop. That freaking really sucks. Oh, brother. That really sucks, man. Wow, man. So I think I've got something wrong here. I don't think that we rejected off of that order block. I think that we are reacting off of this sweep right here. So now I'm no longer going to take a partial right here and the move stop to break even. I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to keep waiting and be really patient on this. That's how I'm going to close my week strong, bro. Gosh, that's so frustrating. I just clicked the wrong button, man. But yeah, seriously, man, external discipline is for me, it is the most important thing. And I do have some notes that I do want to go over. So yeah, I'm definitely moving stops to break even there. This is going to be the deal breaker for today. It's just crazy how we dropped. Let's see, let's take a look. So what was this? February 26th. What's today? The 27th. So literally after the address, the State of the Union speech, we have just tanked. It's just right now, bro, on a short-term basis, we need this candle to close really strong. If this candle closes really strong, bro, I might even move my take profit up even more. So this is kind of what I'm looking at. This is like very, very critical, but I want to see us close above 50% at least. If we close below, then it's about to get crunch time. Alright, cool. Should be solid. That's one thing that I really struggle with for this week is just aligning. One thing that I preach, bro, is just aligning the 1 minute with the 3 minute, or the 1 minute with the 2 minute, along with the 5 minute as well. That's something that I have just failed to briefly execute this week. I've had a rough week, and bro, when I tell you, for me personally, one bad day of external discipline can absolutely wreck me. It can absolutely throw me off completely. And that's why I say that external discipline is huge. Huge. And really what I want to do, what I'm planning to do, is I want to get my live account. So right now, after those 2 really bad losses, let's see, I think I'm still going to be above $750. I really want to start risking 2 micros on my live account after I hit a certain threshold. So like after I hit possibly 1,200, I really want to do it after 1,000. But next week is going to be a big week for me in terms of like risk policy. So like I'm specifically looking at this candle, very, very, very cautiously looking at this candle. Because if we close and react bullishly off of this order block, that could be a pyramid entry, meaning that I'm just going to add another position. It just doesn't look like right now. And honestly, it would make sense for me to get out if we disrespect this order block, because we did not respect our previous order block. We are just acting simply off of a rate on stops. As soon as we rated that, manipulated this right here, injected, as you guys can see, this injected liquidity into the market. Right here we are respecting BSC's buy side inefficiency, sell side liquidity. Or I just butchered that. Buy side. Buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. All right, so let's see. Looks like we're just lacking volatility on a very, very short basis. But right now it is sticky, so I think it is plausible to get out early for this specific type of trade. Because this right here is looking like bearish price action. Because after this order block, we don't have a lot to work with. And we still failed to take out buy side, which is also showing lacking strength. These next couple of candles are about to be huge. Just trying to think long term here. Longer term. And yes, also like some key advice is do what's going to make you proud. Like, what is going to make you proud? You know, that's how you need to act. So right there, we just got a 23-point rejection candle. Wow, man, this is... Look at that 1 minute candle. So really what I'm working with right here, if we don't get something very nice right here, higher time frame, like, there we go. All right, so we're getting a little bit of bullishness reaction. I'm just waiting for the right candle closure. So the model inside of the models, we just had a very, very short-term market structure shift. We have respected this order block now. And if we go beyond that, that's going to be like last reserve. So like, for the time being, 2 minute rejection is weak. 3 minute rejection is weak unless we get a close above, which we have 13 seconds left. It's going to be critical. Gosh, I want a pyramid entry, but on an equity curve perspective, we're already down 2 trades today. So basically we have nothing to lose on this trade since we're already break even. I've waited very patiently. See, I was wanting a strong close above right there. Do we also have a gap right there? That's what I was waiting for. Yeah, so if I would have taken the trade right there, it would have been basically a 1 to 1.2. So I would have been risking $1 to make $1.28. That's not valuable to me, and I would have had to go really, really low. And we basically didn't get the right close that we needed. Two-minute was looking strong. 3 minutes looking strong if we close above. That would be great for our initial target. But yeah, those two losses, no excuse. I was not patient enough. And so basically psychologically all week, I have there's so many opportunities that I just did not execute properly on. And it's just external discipline wise, it messes up really messes up my confidence. And I know that might sound strange, whatnot, but so yeah, so basically what should have happened right here was my partial would have gotten hit right there for around $100, maybe $200, and then I would still be up in another trade floating $175 right now. So this is what I'm looking at currently on live account. So I'm floating around $130. I'm negative $61 floating right now because of those other two positions. That was not good. That's not good trading. But yeah, this week has not been my best performance, and I've just shardled the bed, if you will, this week. External discipline wise, on the charts, that's why, man. External discipline will always affect me on the charts. I don't know about you, but if I was to give you any advice, external discipline is huge. It is key. Do not go outside of those parameters that you set for yourself. Yeah. So I gotta set an alarm for later. All right, 2 minute is looking pretty strong here. That just sucks, man, because this right here should be negative 222, and this right here would I'll show you guys later. And I think this would have been a permissible this would have been a permissible pyramid entry. Man, that sucks. And I think my goal for this week is just to really, I want to get this account to $1,000. That'd be amazing, because in a span of 3 weeks, in a span of 3 weeks on a $340 account that I've withdrawn $200, so I would have been up $500. Let's see, let's do some math. I'm supposed to be writing this stuff down. So I was up, this account was at $340 and I took a $200 payout, and we're still at $950. So through, and this will be 3 weeks. So if we can get this account to $1,000, that would mean that, what is 1,200? That means that we would have made $856 on a $340 account. And that's after a $200 payout. So that's just to show you that, like, bro, you don't need a lot of money to make money when trading NQ. Because if I can make $1,000 in 3 weeks off of a $340 account, you know, what do you think you can do off a $3,600 account? So basically, this right here showed me everything. This right here shows me willingness to go higher in the marketplace. We have a big market structure shift. Man, that sucks, dude. Because it's like I went 1 for 3 today, and that's with no pyramid entry right there, gaining profits back, and that's without my second position. So basically, how I see it is whenever I take two, let's say I'm risking 2 micros, I just think of it as I'm taking the same trade twice with just a different take profit outcome. So yeah, what I'm watching right now is just my account balance at $978, $980, and so I really want for this account to be at $1,000. Whenever I see $1,000, I want to get out of. I want to collapse the trade, but psychologically, my problem this week has been holding my trade to take profit and not executing. So I'm gonna sit here and wait and watch this thing hit my take profit. And obviously this is very bullish price action. I think that we could even end up somewhere around midnight open range. So that would be like another expansion after take profit of 30 points. And then ultimately, this right here is going to be buy stops. So yeah. So my account balance is at $1,000 right now. But it's just going to feel good because I can collapse the trade right now. You know, I don't want to let a couple of points There we go. There we go.
Order filled.
That's how you freaking close out the week. So, right here on the day, I'm negative $120 on my prop firm account. Alright, so let's go back and see. So, this was this week. That takes care of itself. And this right here should be, this right here is incorrect. So let's do some math, and then I want to go over some psychological notes, and then we could be done for the day. By the way, that was a 3.9 RR. That's the biggest trade I've had on this channel from holding my TP. And so we are up $75 on the day on my live account. So let me see here. Just looking on today. Right, so we took a $224 loss due to lack of understanding or observation. That's going to be in my observation psychological grading system. Right, so what we did was we came, alright, because I want to show this, and I'm going to come back in a second to my weekly performance. So what happened today was so right here showed me willingness. Let me go back and see exactly where I entered. Entry price was at $8.52. Right, so that was our first presented, and I did take a position right here. So this is going to be first position for the day, same thing. And my stop loss was underneath this fair value gap right here. So what ends up happening, bam, well, hold on. We end up getting taken out right there. All right, cool. Then I proceed to take another position somewhere right here, not waiting for candle closure at Alright, so that is actually incorrect as well. Wow. So my first position was right here. This was a very early position, but so this right here is the multitude of like, okay, right trade idea, bad execution. So that's going to go into my psychological journaling. And so we took one loss right there. All right, cool. That's one contained loss. I know exactly what I did right there. If anything, I should have just waited to get an entry somewhere in here. But hey, right trade idea, just the wrong entry. All right, so then we come down here and I take another trade. And my stop loss was right here. We ended up getting taken out. Terrible trade. We did not wait for a candle closure. Okay, so now we come back into the market and we enter at 28.42, which was right after this candle closure. And then my stop loss is right there. So sorry, that's a 1-to-3 RR trade. So we took one loss from, I like that loss. I took the first presented fair value gap that I saw, and we respected it, with knowing that, hey, we have a market structure shift right here, which is showing me willingness to go higher. And then I ended up taking a trade on the first presented, ended up failing. We come down, we take out sell side liquidity. I took this trade thinking, hey, we're about to respect this order block. We did not wait for candle closure. Cool. Order block was not the play for today. So what did we do? We purged rate on stops, sell stops. So big institutions will put in a sell stop order to where right whenever we close below this, or right whenever we purge this and do not close, they take positions just like this, right? So someone, big institution, is taking trades just like this possibly, and they think that we're going to go raid sell side again. So what happens is we close right back above. So we have one candle closure right there, stating that we're about to go up higher. And so we do, and then we end up closing right there. That is where I took my trade. This is a rate on stops. This is A+ entry in my notebook. Why? Because we have a market structure shift telling us that we have willingness to go higher. So then we come down and then close back up. That right there is an A+ entry in my book. So what happens? We end up delightfully sticking to the freaking game plan, and we end up holding the trade to TP. So I'm done for the day at 10:18, as you guys can see. And so yeah, so let's go back to right here and let's do a little bit of math. So we are down, let's see, I just want to be exact. I get really hyper fixated on this. So we're going to do 224 plus 235. We are down $459 on the day, right? So, how do I want to do this? All right, 459. All right, so then we enter in a position, and let's say that our partial would have been right at 100 points. So let's go 100 times 20 times that by 0.1. So whenever I clicked the wrong thing. That trade on my first position, since I took two contracts, since I bought with two contract sizing, which is why you see size 1, size 2, this was a small profit because I accidentally clicked sell instead of a sell limit or a sell stop. Um, so that would be plus negative 459. No. So that means that we should have been negative 259, and then we're going to do so that means that we should have been up $43 on the account for today, but instead I accidentally got out early, and so that's what happens. Whatever. So this is one great trading week. This is an ambitious, trusting, hopeful week. This right here is a week where external discipline, this right here visually is what will happen if you are not in flow of external discipline. Like, dude, that is the key here. So yeah, I just want to own up to that. I've not been externally disciplined. And so what does that mean? Bro, that means for the general people my age, this is what that means. This is like, dude, do not abuse nicotine, do not abuse pornography, do not masturbate, do not stay away from social media. You need to have a limit. That is one of your parameters that you need to have in today's time to stay abroad, So, with that being said, I failed to do that. I failed to stick to one of my parameters this week, and this is what will happen to you. This right here is what will happen to you, right? So, I have a little bit of notes going over this. Alright, I just want to start off by here. So this is just me journaling throughout the day, man. This is just, I love journaling. I feel like Christ he has absolutely just embedded me to where I feel like he gives me wisdom, and I just like to write it down to where I can share. I just want to share the wisdom that I'm given. So, why does the man want to indulge in other women that he does not know? And does not know how to care for her, but only want her body. For the one who is married or in a relationship, what is wrong with what you have? Is she not your all? Is she not dedicated to you? Is she not good enough? Why is it that sexual sin chains you with the strongest links? Why has this taken down Samson? It's affected David and Solomon, who was the wisest and richest man of all time. Sexual sin is the only sin that you have to run away from. The body cannot have the body. The body cannot worship itself. That is not fulfillment. So what you are doing right there is you have this square and you are just trying to shove it into the shape of a circle. And no matter how many times, it will not go in there, right? So the body cannot have the body. We are all chasing the square, and no matter how hard we try, that square will not fit in the shape of the circle. That masterpiece will only be fulfilled by God. That circle that you are blessed with cannot go into that square. That square can be God's timing. That square can be your purpose. And without Him, bro, it will not fit, right? That's why it is His masterpiece. It's not a masterpiece like the Mona Lisa. That's a masterpiece. No, this is the master's piece. That is the masterpiece. That circle to that circle. So, Jesus told us to be still and live in Him. I'm the most fulfilled when I'm lust-free, hardworking, and loving to others. But instead, at times, I run into things like junk foods, slandering the lazy, and sexual immorality. So what am I going to consistently do? The answer is a multitude of different things. This exercise surely will help me act and get my priorities straight. Eat good foods, fuel the body, and worship your temple. Like, your body is your temple. Sacrifice for it. Feed it good, healthy things, right? Resist lust in the bodies of other women, especially if you are in a relationship, bro. That is just grown man wisdom right there. That is just being a grown man. God is not going to bless you if you are sexually undisciplined, if you are sexually driven, if that's something that drives you. It's the things that we chase, bro. It is the things that we chase. If it's not sex, it's going to be money. If it's not money, it's going to be drugs. If it's not drugs, it's going to be lust. If it's not lust, the list goes on, etc. Right? So resist lust in the bodies of other women. Love others. Love working hard with your hands. Bro, Christ, I don't know the exact age, but there was a point in time to where we did not know what Christ did whenever he was 23 to 33. But we do know that he was a carpenter. He loved working with his hands, hard work. For those 10 years, bro, there's no sign of what Jesus was doing besides what we do know, which is him being a carpenter, which is working hard. Back from the top. Resisting lust in the bodies of other women. Love others. Serve others. Work hard. Working out. Work out your body. Craft this body that you are blessed with. And for me, reading twice daily in my word, that just, bro, if I'm not in my word, I'm in other things. God has blessed me with creativity. And whenever that creativity is displaced and established onto something else, it just evolves into something else that has no purpose. For me, right? So this is the plan. This is the blueprint. Stay silent and keep your head down and work hard and love those who you are close to, right? So I want to go over this a little bit. Stay silent and keep your head down and work hard. So what does that mean? Being rich is loud. Being wealthy is quiet. Those are two completely different things. Building wealth is quiet and being rich is loud. Me personally, I've never wanted just the fast cars, the fast this girl, the loud. I just want a truck. That's literally it. So yeah. So this is going to be part 2 of psychological lecture, right? If you were the enemy, how would you take yourself out? Do whatever you have to do for the 5, 10, 15, 20 viewers. Pause the video, whatever you have to do. Like, what would you do if you had to take yourself out? Like, put yourself in the enemy's position. What would you do to take yourself out? I would take away that person's hope. Because without hope, this happens. Guidance is hope. Direction is hope. I would take away his hope. I would tempt him so hard to where it affects his hope. Without hope, there is no future. Without hope, there is no purpose. Without hope, there's lack of certainty, which is confidence. Without hope, there is no stability. Without hope, there is no security. Without hope, there is no plan for longevity. I would make this person weary. Now, if you were yourself, what would you do to strengthen your hope? This is being completely objective and being a logical thinker. What would you do to create a firm stronghold in defending your hope? And so this right here is the blueprint. This is just self-reflecting. This right here is not just spiritual warfare, but this also is external discipline, bro. All of this is external discipline. What you do outside of these charts is going to affect you on these charts. And I take this very personal. It's taken me 4.5 years to get here. Okay? And this right here is what happens behind the scenes that no one sees, that no one wants to talk about, because no one wants to be a grown man. No one wants to be real with themselves. So for the person that is still here watching this video, I want to say thank you. The person that gives me time and patience, I promise you're going to get my all. Because I care about you guys. I don't care if it's 20 viewers, I don't care if it's 20,000 viewers. So, back from the top. If you were yourself, what would you do to strengthen your hope? What would you do to create a firm stronghold and defend your hope? This is the blueprint. Work harder than everyone else and rise among the best at what you do or at your craft. Teach others about my craft to gift them with deeper understanding, strengthen my mind and intellect, help those who I am called to help, love my wife, stay away from any sexual pleasure outside of the covenant of marriage, love others, serve others, discipline the body and stay away from junk foods, eat healthy and serve my temple, which is my body. Stay away from any buzz, drug, or alcohol outside of your disciplinary system. Be joyful. Preach the spread of the gospel because I find that to be true. Another one is search for truth in all that you do. In anything that you do, search for truth. Rest when you are supposed to rest. Share any wisdom that I am given. Stay in my word twice daily, and love Christ while not depending on my own understanding. Then, just do that. So that's going to end up the week. So I think for this week, I'm going to have to pull that up some other time. But I know that I want to say that I'm $100 up on the week because I was at $900. Now it is at $1,032. This right here is just a bad. This right here is a lack of being prepared. This right here is just sorriness. You know, bro, you're over here on these charts. Click the dang stop limit instead of the sell. You know. Whatever, that's cool. So now to go back to it, I just want to show you guys why I got out of this trade. This right here is not extremely bullish price action yet. As you can see, we had to come down, gain a little bit of whatever you want to call it, demand, whatever. This right here is gaining more registry for buyers. And this was going to be my intended target. Why was this my intended target? Because, bro, that's 161 points. That position right there was 161 points, and that's on a Friday. If you are not content with that, I don't know what you're going to be content with, brother. So, that is the full trading in a nutshell. I feel like this is going to be the best video I have posted on YouTube. So, that's what I'm going to title this as. I know it's a long video, but this is the whole entire session. Hope you guys have a fabulous day, fabulous weekend. External discipline is key. External discipline is going to be why I have green week upon green week upon green week. Alright, so that's going to be it. See you guys next week. Peace.